Okay, hello. Can you hear me? Okay, so now I'm trying to now today I got a different way of presentation, which is through Zoom. So okay, yeah. Yeah, so if you guys are new to this is the second episode of this 90% series, and there's a bit of change of style. So I'm no longer restrict myself to 3 hours to finish one paper because I feel that it's very rushed to explain to you guys the concept while having to finish it within 3 hours. So I will take however long I need. Maybe I will try until 4 hours. So yeah, yeah. So if you guys are new to this video, please read the description and check out my videos to understand why I really started this. Okay, because this is important to how you're going to learn and benefit from this video. Okay, so without further ado, I will proceed with today 90% series. Okay, so you guys can see at the start of every live session, I will show you guys this list so that you guys will know that I'm really trying to pick a random school and do it without prior preparation. Okay, so these are list of the different school from 2021 to 2019, and we are going to use a random generator. Here's my YouTube channel. So random number generator. Okay, so the list is from 1 to number 48. Okay, so previously you guys will see this thing, yeah, this Huazhong prelim, etc., right, being marked yellow, okay, because it was being done in the first episode. Okay, so today is going to be, yeah, so I gonna generate the first between 1 to 48. Then after that I will generate 1 and 2 to decide on which paper. So let's say I really generate 37, and I will go again. Okay. Okay, so today we will, wait, are you guys on the screen? Yes, okay. So today we are going to choose number 6. Okay, number 6 is MI Preview 3 Prelim 2021. Okay, so now let's decide on paper 1 or paper 2. Okay, so paper 2, I accidentally clicked twice, so the first one I click is paper 2. Okay, so MI 2021 paper 2. Okay, let's begin. Taking a while to clear something. I got too many tabs to off pin. I mean, too many files of pin. Okay, so usually I will open screenshot this thing, then after that I will paste it on pin. So give me a while to settle this thing. That's why you guys can see that 3 hours is not enough. Okay, let's begin with the first one. Okay, derivative of this thing. So it's very straightforward. I don't think we need a lot of explanation on this. This one is trying to differentiate 4 minus x squared to the power of -1 equals to -4 over, sorry, -1 over 4 minus x squared to the power of 2. Then after that, the top will be minus 2x. So it's equivalent to 2x over 4 minus x squared. Okay, I'm not referring to the answer. I'm just doing it completely wrong. So after that, I will do some marking on my own. Then after that, I will upload the review separately. So you guys have to understand that this live video, right, will always be stored inside the live tab under my Facebook page. So there's home, videos, live, community, playlist, etc. Okay, so if you guys want to watch this video again, you have to go to live. Okay, other than that, every time I will do a review and the review will be uploaded under videos. Okay, so this is part 1. After that, part 2. Okay, so we understand that this thing, okay, is somehow related to this thing. Okay, and how are they related? We need to force that. Okay, so what do I mean by force, right? Okay, definitely, right, the equation or expression here, right, need to involve the part 2. Okay, so it only makes sense that we involve this more than the this thing because we are trying to integrate something. Okay, then after that, the next thing you have to do is just balance. Okay, so how do you balance? You need a 1 over 2 here and an x here. Okay, so based on this, can you guys see that this is actually like something times something, where this is integratable, and that these have to be differentiated to make this whole thing into this. Okay, so that gives you an idea that it's a UB or differentiation by parts. Yeah. Okay, so as a result, whatever you can integrate, you will integrate first. Okay, so that gives you this. Okay, after that you just copy. After that, minus whatever you just now you integrate. Copy, yeah. Sorry, this one. Whatever you can integrate, you will integrate. Yeah. Okay. Now after that, differentiate whatever you haven't copy already. Differentiate whatever you haven't do anything to it. Okay. That's why the hands happen when you try to integrate this thing up. Okay. Okay. Now after that, whatever you haven't do anything to it, differentiate. Okay, and as a result, it will become this bracket x over 4 minus x squared. Next, need to think of how to differentiate this out. Okay, it gives me a feeling that maybe it's something related to 1 plus x squared, maybe, okay, or maybe it's this one is the tangent inverse, or maybe it's the law on that side. Okay, so I'm gonna check the formula list. Okay. Is it better if I just share screen? Okay, I just gonna share the screen. Okay, so I'm referring to the formula list and I'm integrating this thing. Okay, so minus 1 over 2a. Okay, so it's 2 times 2. Okay, so it's 4. Now after that, ln a plus x over, sorry, yeah, a minus x. Okay, and so after that got a big bracket, then equals to um x over 8 minus 2x squared, then minus 1 over 8 ln forget 2 plus x over 2 minus x. Okay, so after this whole thing, I will do check on the calculator lah. Okay, so in calculator, it is the key. Okay, there's things that you guys need to be very sensitive to for you guys to improve your skills. Okay, your calculator will never show something an expression of x. Okay, it will never calculate for you. Okay, but you still can utilize certain function of it, like go to math, then under the math column number 8 derivative. Okay, this derivative is supposed to calculate the gradient at a very specific point. Okay, so that specific point it can be anything, but I try to make it to something more unique. Okay, so usually maybe I put 0.1 or 0.65, whatever, but I try to avoid using 1 or 2. Okay, so in this case, I put 0.1, and then in my calculator, it shows 0.01256. Okay, not sure if you guys can see. Okay, look at the last row. Okay, after that, I will use the answer, then I substitute 0.1. So there's a reason why I call this the 90% series, is to help you guys to really figure out, look at the things that you guys are lacking in order to improve your marks. Okay, so you can't try to see the last row and the second last row, right? The answer is the same. So most likely our answer is correct. This unless it's so sway. Okay, you substitute some number just nice tallies. Okay, then after that, let's try the last one. Okay, likewise, right? Like I said before, okay, you integrating something, right? When you put inside calculator, it will never show you the exact expression. So we need to make use of substituting a value, okay, because your answer, the return of what is in the calculator is always certain number. Okay, so let me try to integrate this. Go to math and then press 9 for the integration. Then maybe I will try between the range of 0.1 to 0.3. Okay, and I key in the expression inside. Yeah, one of the reason why I stopped like restricting myself to just 3 hours, right, is that it really pressure me, and it really to explain things, right, it really rush me to explain certain things which I don't really like. Like I need to chill and I need to explain. So yeah, okay. So I don't know how long it will take today. Yeah, so but if you guys committed to watching this, then I really appreciate it. Okay. Okay, so some of you guys may wonder, like, is it really possible to to like try answer, is this gonna waste a lot of time, etc. So I tell you, based on my experience as a student, even as when I'm a student, right? Yeah, it's doable. Okay, so it's not because I become a teacher, etc. It has been done when I'm a student. Okay, and it has been done, and I do the exact same thing. Okay, so you guys can see from the calculator, right? Uh last the third the first one and the third one, the value is the same. Okay, the second one is I just substitute 0.3. After that, I reuse that to substitute 0.1 and calculate. Okay, so basically you guys know that here I put 0.3, 0.1, and here I substitute 0.3 and 0.1. It's the same. So very, very, very likely your answer is correct. Okay, so with that, we will secure the 5 marks for question 1. Okay, moving on to the next one. Okay, so when this thing is being shifted down by b, right? Okay, this thing will be a comma minus b. Okay, and then this thing will be 0 comma 0. Okay, so 0 comma 0. Then after that, if this thing is if x is replaced by ax, okay, you're gonna compress it by a. So if you compress it by a, this one will be 1 comma 0, and you compress this 0 by a, right, it's still 0. Okay, and then 0 comma b. Okay, next. I cannot explain every perspective to, because there's so many. This intent for the general students. So like if you guys don't understand certain things, and it can be very specific to individual. Okay, then you guys can arrange for tuition with me and check out the belows in my description. Check out the details in my description now. Okay, so going to 2B. Okay, composite function. Okay, so the order of things are like this. This x value, right, it will go through G first. Then after that, this whole thing, okay, then we'll go through H. Okay, as a result, right, this whole thing that go through H need to satisfy the domain of H. Okay, so let's see whether we satisfy this or not. So you don't present this on your first step. I'm just saying you need to show this. You need to prove this eventually. Okay, so what is the range of G? This one, you guys need to be very familiar with your standard graph. Okay, we know that standard graph, right? 1 over x is like this. Okay, so negative 1 over x is like this. Okay, so y equals to negative 1 over x. Then after that, you are just x replaced with minus 1, right? So you are just shifting the x towards the right. Then after that, you plus 3. Okay, so if we are only interested in the range, right? Okay, over here, the range. So the shifting of left and right wouldn't affect the range, only the shifting of up and down. So because we shift this out by 3, right? Okay, now the range will be from negative infinity to infinity, excluding 3. Okay, and then so you guys need to take note of the way I write it, the notation now. Okay, because you need to present like this. And then the domain of H is given to be this thing. Okay, so negative infinity to infinity. So it's a subset, okay, because this thing is contained inside this. Okay? Therefore, Hg exists. Shown. Okay, next one. Find the expression of Hg. That's fine. Okay, so Hg is putting H inside, G inside H. So, sorry, G inside H. Yeah, good. So this one is equals to 2 minus over x minus 1, 2x minus 3 minus 4, then equals to... Yeah, okay, so you guys may ask, okay, how much do we need to simplify? Okay, so to me, you need to simplify further because you never know whether this, after you do that, right, it can cancel off or not. Okay, so here 2x minus 2, then here x minus 1 minus 3x plus 4 equals to minus x plus 2 over x minus 1. Okay, so if you guys are like me, are very paranoid with whether you make any careless mistake from this first step to the fourth step, okay, again, put in some value. Okay, so I'm gonna put in 0.1 again and check whether this okay, so it tallies, so it's correct. Okay, good. That's why then you will know that you secure 1 mark, 1 mark, 2 marks. Then after that, yeah, this one maybe 3 marks later. Okay, so if this find an expression, okay, so this is expression. So they never ask for the domain, etc. They never ask for present in similar form. But if you are worried, okay, then you can still write the domain. Okay, but then, so the domain of HG is the domain of G. Okay, if you want to know why, go and check out my function videos. I will explain everything in a very simple manner. Okay, so here, if you want to write this, you can write this, but the requirement on this question, the 3 marks is not required. So HG inverse 3. Okay, can we say that this is ultimately a value? Okay, this is just some value that we don't know yet. Okay, so are you really going to find the inverse of this, or you can make use of applying HG to both sides, which means this into 3 and then HG bracket A. So once you see this, right, this thing, okay, you already have the function of this instead of going to find this function, which will be tedious. Okay, so negative A plus 2 over A minus 1. 3. So this one is 3A minus 2 equals to minus A plus 2, then equals to 4A and 5. So A equals to 5 over 4. Okay, again, I will check this part. I will substitute A to see whether I make any errors. That's why you guys need to use your calculator a lot until as though you guys are using your phone. Then yeah, else you're not gonna you might not be able to have enough time. Okay, so after everything, then I mean the whole live session, then I will go and check the answer another day. Then if there's any to show you guys any mistake that I make, then explain to you guys the mistake. Okay, so this one Okay, try to understand my flow of thoughts. Okay, over here, right, you trying to change this to this thing. Okay, so your eventual answer need to be a du dx. Okay, so you look at here. Okay, this one and this one, these are all the information you have because show you're not supposed to use, but okay, then your answer need to be du dx. This one confirm don't have you. Okay, that's why confirm you need to use here. So how do you produce that du dx, right? Is this thing you need to differentiate with respect to it. So, okay, straightforward. Can you guys see that it's about understanding different component and then draw the association? That is like one of the very important skills that I think students don't have. Okay, they are still under the perspective of okay, this one is this inside this sectional which section in or inside that sectional which section. No. Okay, when I was a student, I try to not throw away lah, but try not to rely on lecture notes as soon as I can because I feel that that's very troublesome. Okay, then and like it's just coincidentally then it become very important. Uh, it facilitate my learning and uh, make me realize the importance of like seeing patterns in different and draw association with different information. Very very important. Next time you all go work, it's very like when the information appear in front of you, right, and you guys cannot associate, then it's yeah, then it's done. It's not good. Okay, so this thing like say you need to differentiate this thing. Okay, so dy over dx equals to okay. So also the other thing that is very important is students don't understand the form that the operation in between an expression. Okay, over here is u times x cubed. Okay, that's why you need to use a product rule. Okay, just by doing this, right? Okay, we have something in du dx and we want to reach here. So you should be confident that oh, this is on the right track. Okay, then after look at here, we don't want this dy dx and we don't want this u. We want everything to be in terms of just u and x and constant. Okay. Oh, so we want the oh yeah, this u can stay. Okay, we want everything in terms of u and x. Yeah, so dy dx have to find a way to get rid of it. Okay, so you saw this thing. Okay, and this one is in terms of dy dx. So dy dx equals to 3xy minus 4 divided by x squared. So everything x is okay, we just don't want the y. Okay, therefore this one is u x to the power 4 minus 4 over x squared. Okay, so over here I will roughly look through my workings and make sure I never make any careless mistake. Okay, so after that we substitute inside here. Okay, so this thing and this thing, they will cancel off each other. And as a result, your du over dx, du over dx will be equals to minus 4 over x squared. Then after that, divide by the x cubed here. That's why I divide by x to the power 5. Yeah, so when I come to this, then I will check in. They got say whether they are positive, constant, and then because I'm still very worried whether this is positive or negative, then I start to go back here and look at this. Okay, so yeah, it should be -4, -4, -4. Because here just substitution open up, then after that here substitution bring in, then yeah, okay, so it's still -4. Okay, so this is my answer for 3 part 1. Then after that, okay, so this is part 1. Okay, so now try to understand this. It doesn't make sense for you to integrate integrate y. Okay, the fact that you change to this form already, right? Okay, means that they have something that is very difficult to integrate. That's why you change its form to this thing so that you can integrate easier. Okay, so we are trying to integrate this thing out. So integrate this thing is equals to u. Okay, so now we integrate with respect to x. Okay, so this one is power -5, then +5, so -4. So -4 bracket x to the power of -4 divided by -4. Yeah. Okay, then after that, that's down. Plus c. Okay, so u will be equals to x to the power of -4 plus c. Okay, so how to find c? Okay, so you are given this information. Okay, so I'm gonna change this to change back to y. So y over x cubed equals to x -4 plus c. So 3 divided by 1 equals to 1 plus c. So c equals to 2. So y over x cubed equals to x to the power -4 plus 2. So y is equals to times x to the power 3 to both sides. So x to the power -1 plus 2x cubed. Done. Okay, so for this one, you can try differentiation. Okay, I gonna try. Okay, so I gonna try put inside calculator differential of this. I substitute 0.1. Okay, and the answer I get is negative 99.949999. Okay, so with this dy dx, with this dy dx value, negative, this is just showing you guys how to check. Okay, okay, I gonna use something different. Okay, because I trying to fit everything inside here and see whether it's correct or not. Okay, so I'm not gonna substitute 0.1. I'm gonna substitute 1 so that I know its respective y, which is 3, because later I need to substitute inside here. Okay, so I'm gonna use 1. Okay, and the dy dx is 5.00001. Okay, so I will just put 5. And so substitute this one as 1, this one as 3, this one as 1, this one, sorry, this one 1, this one 5, this one 1, this one 3. And see whether it's really equals to 0 or not. Okay, so 1 square times 5 minus 3 times 1 times 3 plus 4. Okay, 0. So very likely your answer is correct. Okay, so just by doing this, right, we already because if this part is correct, then this part should be correct. Okay, so we already like by doing this, we already secure 7 marks. 7 marks is like 1 grade. Okay, moving on. Okay, we also have to take into consideration that this paper is rather easy compared to the previous one that I do. Yeah, so week by week is it varies. Yeah, but I would take it in the stride and just execute. Let me see how. Okay, so here ABC. So here it says C lies on AB. Okay, that means right, it lies. If they say lies on AB produce, then it's beyond it. But then if say lies on AB, right, means it's within it. So AC is 1, CB is 2. Then A is a unit vector. That's why you guys need to read every information now. Don't skip on it. Then after that, so let's say O is here. Okay, then it says that this one is a unit vector. And then OB is 2 units. Okay, so be very careful with the information you put in now. Over here is ratio, then here is 2 units. Okay, so what's the geographical interpretation of A dot C? Okay, so A is this thing, then C is this thing. Okay, so I'm gonna redraw like that. A, C, then A. So you guys have to realize that this A is a unit vector. Okay, so as such, it gives you the length of projection. Of C on A. Right. Okay, part 2. It is given that the angle is okay by considering the okay, so I'm gonna start from here. So 2A dot 2A is 4A dot A. After that, 2 minus 2A dot B minus 2B dot A, then plus B dot B. Okay, so A dot A is what? Okay, A is a unit vector. So it becomes 4 mod A mod A. So the because it's the same vector, it points to the same direction. Okay, that's why it's cosine 0. Okay, and cosine 0 is 1. Think of the graph. After that, minus 2. Okay, I'm not sure how I'm gonna end this. Okay, I think I know. So minus, so A dot B is the same as B dot A. Okay, but it's not the same for A equals B and B equals A. Okay. Um, yeah, just think of two vector element wise. I switch place. I'm still doing this one times this one plus this one times this one plus this one times this one. I switch. It's gonna produce the same result. Okay, so over here is minus 4 B dot A dot B, B dot A, same thing. Okay, and after that plus mod B cosine 0. Okay, so this is equivalent to 4. So over here they say that the magnitude of A is 1. Okay, so it's just 4 times 1 times 1 times 1. Okay, then minus 4 A dot B. Then after that B dot B is what? Yeah, so we don't know about B dot B. After that plus mod B square cosine 0 is 1. Okay, So find, okay, so over here, right, a vector times itself, okay, is gonna give you what? Its magnitude, then square. So it's what we want to find here. Okay, so this one will be equals to, okay, wait, this one got one more step. Okay. Okay, so we haven't made use of this information. Okay, so 4 minus 4, this one we change to this thing, cosine. So what is the angle here? Okay, imagine OA and then OB. Okay, so you're supposed to use this angle. So cosine angle AOB, which is cosine 60. And after that, plus this thing mod B is 2. Okay, so 2 square. So plus 4. So it's equals to, then this one, mod A is equals to, okay, I do here. Okay, so it's equals to 4 plus 4 is 8, then minus 4 times 1, then after that times 2, then cosine 60. Okay, so you guys must be sensitive to special angle. Okay, then 0.5. Okay, so it's just 8 minus 4, so it's 4. Okay, so this one, so 4 equals to this thing. As a result, is equals to 2 or negative 2. But this one is rejected, again, because magnitude is positive. Okay. Okay, moving on. Might not have enough space. Find C in terms of A and B. So straight away, I look at this diagram, I will know that it's ratio theorem. Okay, so part 3, OC will be equals to divide by 3. Then after that, so 1 times OB, then plus 2 times OA. Yeah. Okay, so this is the answer. Yeah, usually I will try to write alphabetically lah, so 2A plus B. Okay. Okay, next part 4. Cosine AOC, cosine COB. So how is AOC related to COB, right? Okay, is the sum, they add up to this AOB. Okay, and coincidentally, we were talking about AOB is 60 degrees. So maybe it relates. Okay, hence. Determine if the line bisect. Oh, interesting. Quick bisect. Okay, so roughly how will your solution look? I feel that math is a lot about you cannot do from one dimensional, then by chance you get it. Okay, is you need to roughly know the ending. You need to have a lot of approach and see which approach will leads you to the ending. Okay, this is a key. If you guys go and practice that religiously, I believe that you guys will do well. Okay, so let's start with part 4. I will foresee my solution to be, wait on this one. Okay, I will foresee my solution to be something like eventually maybe angle AOC is equals to angle COB. Okay, if that's the case, then it bisect. If not the case, then here will plus something or times something to show that they are not equal. Okay, so how do I do that? Over here, we have the information that angle AOB, okay, is equal to 60. Okay, so that means if we want to change this to cosine, maybe we do this. Yeah. I don't know, is it cosine or sine? Okay, but cosine is, the value is 0.5. If I cosine both sides, I cosine that 60 is 0.5. If I go and sine 60, right, it's square root 3 over 2. So based on that, I'm gonna try to do cosine first. Okay. Oh yeah, and also here is cosine, so maybe that's why. Okay, but I'm also like a bit concerned with after we use cosine rule, then here, yeah, would they still be cosine or what? Okay, but let's just do it lah. Okay, so equals to cosine 60, which is equals to half. Okay, so I need to break this up. Okay, so to break this up, cosine, so it's cosine, then cosine, cosine, sine. So what is this sine AOC? Oh, okay, cool. AOC. See? AOC, like that. Okay. Wait, COB. So AOC is opposite. Sine AOC is opposite over hypotenuse. Okay, so it's the magnitude of AC divided by opposite over AOC, hypotenuse, magnitude of OA. Okay, and then this one is COB, so magnitude of COB. CB divided by magnitude of OB. Okay, and then this one is because we want to consider this cosine. Okay, so we gotta leave it. Let me erase this first. So this one times this one, so cosine AOC cosine COB minus, so OA is 1, this one is 2, so divide by 1 times 2. AC is what? So AC is not one. Their ratio is just ratio. Just 1:2. Oh my god. Okay. After that I got lost. I don't know how to find magnitude of AC and CB. Okay. And after that I start to think of other approaches. Okay, so a lot of so just now I say that here roughly you need to have AOC equals to COB. Okay, but then a lot of times you cannot plan so far ahead. Like you don't exactly know that you're gonna end up with this. Okay, so it's just general idea. Then you roughly see can execute or not. Because when I form this equation, right, then I think that maybe can. Okay, but end up then we only found out later that it cannot. Okay. So how am I going to do this question now? That's why can you guys understand that like you need to have that level of proficiency and to be aware of when you need to stop doing and reset. Okay, when is it like not possible? Okay. Um that there will be students that think that it's along here, but no matter how hard you guys try, it's not gonna if it's wrong, then it's wrong. Then what's the point of continue to try? It's not gonna get you the marks. Okay, have to be very objective. Okay, so anyway, I thought of another idea. Okay, which test your concept of this thing called this your trigger concept. Okay, and that one, okay, AOC, just cosine angle AOC, right? Okay, is equals to uh adjacent, so OC over OA. Okay, so it's equal to OC divided by 1. Okay, then after that, cosine angle BOC is equal to, again, adjacent, which is equal to OC, okay, divided by hypotenuse, which is here is 2. Am I right? Adjacent over hypotenuse. Yeah, over 2. Okay, so cosine angle AOC. Okay, so you guys can see this one is like that. Okay, this one is like that. Okay, so that means cosine AOC is not equal to cosine BOC. Okay, so therefore angle AOC will not be equal to angle BOC. So therefore, not perpendicular bisector. Not angle bisect. Therefore, OC does not bisect angle AOB. Okay, done. Next question. Okay, so like I just want to highlight to you guys, right, that um yeah, math is not about memorizing certain kind of method. It's about this, understand that, connect. Okay, that's why you guys need to do a lot of work on your own to understand how this concept is related to other concept. And my video, in the video section, right, is gonna help. Okay, about those videos is to link the whole chapter together and to form a complete picture. And you need that kind of skills when you are solving questions. Okay, so yeah, please do check it out. Okay, I lost my pen. Okay, next questions. Show that da 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 can be written as da da da. Okay, by substitution. Okay, so shall we integrate this 1 over yes. Okay, so now we want to substitute x to be tangent theta. So here become tangent square theta plus 1. Okay, so here if you write dx is correct because why? X is equal to this. But if you write theta now here, then it's wrong. Okay, so this is fundamentally correct. Okay, then after that, how to, because you like that, you need to differentiate with respect to theta. You see, you need to differentiate with this, then how to balance. I never write dx already. Okay, that's intricacy in this. Can you understand that it doesn't make sense if I write dx here and I try to balance out, because then you will still be left with theta lah. How you gonna differentiate with respect to x if you are left, yeah, if your this thing is in theta. Okay, so to balance it, dx over d theta. And then if you see a square and a 1, it kind of hint something that is special. Okay, so do you guys know the identity? I don't know. Okay, so I always do this sine square plus cosine square equals to 1. So in order for me to get tangent, I need to divide by sine. So this one tangent square, then divide by sine, divide by cosine. Okay, then plus 1, then divide by cosine, secant square. Okay, so don't take it for granted. Sometimes here will be -1, then you need to do other stuff. Okay, so don't see 1 and square and then straight away assume. Make sure you have a way. This is the key. Make sure you have the way to show that it's fundamentally correct. Okay, so over here it equals to 1 over square root secant square. Okay, so I just gonna write secant x. Now that dx d theta is equal to secant square. Right here theta. Okay, theta. D theta then equals to integrate secant theta d theta shown. Then again we circle some marks. Okay, so it's just circling marks, making sure you're correct. Hence find this. Okay, so integrate secant. How to integrate secant? Is it in your formula sheet? Let me see. Yeah, so integrate secant is gonna be this. So integrate over dx will be equal to ln. Be very careful. Now you are in secant. So secant theta plus tangent. Okay, after that, you see, you are trying to integrate with respect to x. So it makes natural sense that your answer should be in terms of x. Okay, so this one you can put it as x. This one, how to put it as x. Okay, we know that secant is 1 over cosine. Okay, so tangent, this is theta. So tangent theta equals to x, also equals to opposite over hypotenuse. So x over 1. Opposite over hypotenuse. Tangent theta equals x over 1. Tangent theta equals x. And then as a result, here will be x squared plus 1 square, which is x squared plus 1. Okay, so secant theta, right, okay, is 1 over cosine, so it's hypotenuse over adjacent. 1 over cosine, so hypotenuse over adjacent. So here become square plus 1 over adjacent plus like that. Okay, then plus C. Always write your plus C. Yeah. Okay, so again, I'm going to check my answer. If everything correct, I secure the whole 4 marks. So that's how we secure grade by grade by grade by grade. I just want to emphasize again, you got your the speed of you typing the calculator need to be very fast enough lah. Okay, to ensure that this checking answer doesn't, it's not to jeopardize you. It's, yeah, it will help you. Make sure, yeah, it will help you. Okay, so the answer tally, so we are confirmed correct. Okay, so this one 4 marks secure. Then after that, 5 part 2. Okay, so part 2 is related to, usually they write like that means related to part 1. Okay, so this kind of scenario, I always want you guys to draw the graph out. Then you will exactly know which region they are talking about. Okay, so I'm gonna use my GC. Okay, so my GC show like this. There's a symptom because I know that x shouldn't be 1. Okay, else you are dividing by 0. And after that, like that. Okay, so after you guys see how I do this, the point is not to understand this question. The point is to understand the intricacy of, like, maybe I understand this thing, etc., and try to change your, really make a conscious effort to do it on your own, to think about the things that you haven't been looking out for. Okay, then that is how you improve. Else, just me here showing you all this, right? It's not gonna help you if you don't see the intricacy and the need to change certain ways that you are doing things. Okay, so over here is 0. Then after that, over here is 2. Okay, here 1. I tried putting negative 0.1 and then also tracing 2.1, and I got no values. Okay, so most likely it means that when this one is 2.1, then you substitute inside here, it's going to produce a negative number. That's why I cannot square root. Okay, but I'm not going to go through that extent to show whether I'm correct. Okay, I'm saying this because sometimes your graph, your calculator, they cut off here. They it's supposed to be like this sometimes. Okay, but your calculator couldn't capture enough data to show you that line. Okay, so that's why you need a very good understanding throughout. Okay, so anyway, here they are saying that bounded by y equals to 1 over square root 3. Sorry, 1 divided by square root 3. Okay, so it's here. why? Okay, so this one is just sketch because they never asked us to draw, so I never label anything. And then just trying to get the idea of what exactly they are talking about. Okay, so they are talking about here. Okay, then after that, the volume is rotated about y-axis. Okay, so they are talking about this shape. Okay, so this one, what is the radius? The radius is here, right? That's why integrate pi r square. So the r here is x. Okay, x square. Then after that, the increment. Yeah, what's the it's a cylinder, right? And then the height of the cylinder is changing by r. That's why dy here. Okay, if you guys don't understand, check out my integration video. Okay, so over here it will be pi integrate this one. So x square. Okay, so we need to find x square first. Okay, so this one y square plus 1 equals to 1 over x minus 1. So x minus 1 bracket equals square equals to 1 over y square plus 1. So this one is equals to x equals to square root 1 over y square plus 1. Okay, so you need to try to understand this. Okay, there's a plus and minus. So 1 plus gonna represent this part of the graph. 1 minus gonna represent 1 minus gonna represent this part of the graph. Okay, so this one is you can say reject. Okay, because x is supposed to be less than 1 based on the area here. Okay, so we're gonna use this one. Oh, p square. I don't understand. Did I do something wrong? Okay, tedious. Okay, so equals to pi integrate 1 minus square root 1 over y square plus 1. So if you guys cannot read my handwriting properly, just make more effort on your own to figure out lah. Okay, I'm using this thing and this thing. I don't have an iPad. I'm a very poor teacher, so yeah. Okay, so I did, then after that square, then dy. So just now I was hesitating. I was like, did I do something wrong? Okay, because like I saw this whole thing square compared to this thing, right? Yeah, then yeah, I start to get a bit confused. Okay, but after that I see the expansion, it will become 1 minus 1 over y squared plus 1. So it's a lot of work. Okay. Okay, by the way, this one is delta y, so the value is going to be taken from 0 to 1 over square root 3. Okay, this one times 1, then after that minus 2 times of square root 1 is 1, so over 2 square root y squared plus 1 dy h plus. Okay, so by that, then if you guys are very fluent, very familiar with all this algebra thing, right, you will realize that this thing and this thing, they are the same. Then that's why to do well, you really need to have a very good understanding. Okay, so here pi, okay, differentiate integrate this one will become y. Okay, integrate this one will become tangent inverse y, if I never remember wrongly. But let me just double confirm. Yeah. Okay. Integrate this will become this. Then after that, yeah, so this one is just now we have already. So minus 2 times this thing. Okay. So yeah, can I say that like this y square plus y integrate y is just the same as x lah. Y is an arbitrary, so it can be interpreted as x. Okay, so for here it will become 2 times ln of this one y square plus 1 then plus y, which we confirmed just now that is correct. Yeah, that's why you see my handwriting is so bad, right? Sometimes I will make careless mistake. Sometimes. Okay, I know it's very 乱. Okay, so this part is where we are trying to get x. Okay, express x. Okay, so anyway here pi. Okay, look, try to understand that they say exact. Okay, that's why there's no shortcut. Okay, 1 over square root 3. After that, 1 over square root 3 is something very special. Okay, so it's pi over 6. So plus pi over 6. Is this minus? Yes, minus. Minus 2 ln 1 over 3 plus 1 plus 1 over square root 3. Okay, I hope that the next one is gonna be something that is more complete, easy. Okay, now after that, here's 0. Tangent inverse 0 is 0 because imagine the tangent graph 0, 0. Okay, so 0 plus 0. After that, minus 2 ln 0 square plus 1, so it's square root 1. Then after that, plus 0, so it's just ln 1. Then that's it. Okay, so ln 1 is 0, but let me double check. Yeah, so ln 1 is 0, so it's just this thing. Okay, always leave your answer in rationalized form. So this one is 3 over square root 3. No. Square root 3 over 3, like that. Then plus pi over 6 minus 2 ln. Here square root 4 over 3. So will become 2 over square root 3 plus 1 over square root 3. Just by doing this, you should be able to see that there's so much coincidence. Okay, most likely we are correct already. Okay, then after that, so depends if this is pi. If I got no time in exam, I will just move on to the next one, make a mark, then later come back and check. Okay, what I was trying to say, right, this thing is 3 over square root 3, so it's equal to square root 3. Okay, like this thing is very coincidental, so most likely you are correct. Okay, so with that, I'm done. Okay, so I'm not gonna check for this one. Maybe when I do a review, I see whether my answer is right. If it's not correct, then I will reflect it in the YouTube video that I'm going to upload. It's called 90 series review. Then yeah, after every live session. Okay, so if you guys are watching this and you have benefited from it, so to take note of the time. Okay, it's a Saturday, 8:20 plus, and I'm spending time here like trying to help you guys. So yeah, if benefit from you guys, it's beneficial for you guys. Share it with your friends. Like and share. Okay, very 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 much appreciated. Thank you. So that is that volume done reading. Then after that, question 6. That's why we say your graph need to be very tight, very tight, very tight. Okay, because you saw from just now, the integration, we need your graph knowledge. Here is also a graph question. Okay, so 6 part 1, I'm going to change the way I write. I think I write here is very not presentable. Okay, so we know that 1 over x, right, looks like this. If you don't know, then you have a lot of work to do. Then check out my video on functions, on graph. Okay, so negative 1 over x is like this. Okay, so this is 1 over negative x. Okay, so to change this to a minus x, right, you are replacing x with x minus a. Okay, so think about it like this. Okay, like that minus bracket x minus a, right? Okay, then you can get 1 over a minus x. Okay, if you don't know, check out my transformation video. Okay, so over here, then, so from this graph, we are actually trying to do a transformation of moving by a units to the right. Okay, so is a positive? Yes. So it will become here. Okay, and after that, you need to mod it. So it becomes like this. So this is y equals to 1 over a minus x, a. Okay, so just use your calculator and replace the a with maybe 2, then see whether you are correct or not. I hope that you guys know where to locate your absolute sign. Okay, so it's correct. So 4 marks. Is it 4 marks? Oh, haven't. Okay. The equation of the asymptote. Yeah, so now you are drawing a graph, you need to integrate all these things. Okay, label the graph, label the axis, label the origin. Okay, then after that, whatever they say, you just do. Equation of the asymptote. So asymptote is x equals to a. Then after that, here also asymptote, so y equals to 0. Then intersection, which is here. So when this one is 0, your y is 1 over a. Okay, so 1 over a. coordinate. So they want coordinate. So it's 0, 1 okay. On the same diagram, sketch y equals to b bracket x minus a. Where b is a positive constant. Okay, so I'm gonna think of how to draw x minus a first, then I times b. Okay, so y equals to x will be like this, then x minus a will be shifting down. Okay, so imagine like that. Okay, this thing will be x minus a. Okay, then after that x minus a, then you times b. You know, wait, let me think. Yeah, x minus a, then you times b. Okay, so if then you start to maybe stretch by b or compress by b. Okay, so anyway, if this one like that, then after that we start to stretch, right? Okay, maybe b, maybe it was like that, then this one become b. Okay. Just now is minus a, right? Yeah, just now is minus a. So times b, then it will become minus ab. Okay, after that, because like stretching doesn't, here will still be this point. Okay, so it become like that. Okay, we can drop this thing inside. Okay, when y equals to when x equals to 0, okay, y equals to minus ab. Then when a equals to x equals to a, okay, y equals to 0. Okay, so it's correct. Then they never ask for intersection. They say sketch this one, so we just sketch. Okay, so done. Okay, but if you want to play safe, then you want to give the coordinates, then you can give that. But then looking at this question, they never say, so I know. Okay, so with that, format secure. Then after that, part 2. Find the roots. Okay, so you are trying to, so you're trying to equate this, right? But then if I say don't have the modulus, it's easier to solve, right? Okay, so let's try to think of how to solve without the modulus. Okay, just now we see that this equation is like that. Okay, this equation is like that. So to flip this up, this equation, the graph for this equation is like this. So to flip this up, we need to times a negative to this. Why we need to flip this up? We are trying to solve this intersection. Okay, so with times a negative, right, it's gonna be like that. Okay, then after that, try to solve for this. Um, it's very obvious. It's just a quadratic. Yeah. Tedious, tedious, tedious. Okay, so you need to find the roots. Okay, I will just use the formula method. X equals to negative b plus minus b squared. Yeah, I just want to check one more time whether I make any test mistake. So 4a squared b squared minus 4a squared b squared, 0. After that, plus 4b. So this one becomes square root b over b. So I just leave it like this. Okay. Because need to rational. Okay, so that's it. Okay, later, oh yeah. Okay, but then over here there's only one intersection, so only one root. Why you have two roots, right, is because your this thing, right, okay, is like this and like this. So they will have to answer. Okay, so positive or negative. Okay, so this one is rejected. Okay, because over here confirm the x value need to be more than a. So because x is more than a. Can you? Okay. So just now I try to plot the graph with 1 over 2 minus x modulus. Oh shit. I just did it what I thought. 1 divided by bracket 2 minus x. Okay, and then now we plot the b bracket x minus a. So b, give it some value. Maybe I will give it, say, 7, because something that is more funky. Okay, so minus. Then I graph and I try to find the intersection. Okay, so my x value is 2.37796. Okay, after that I calculate this thing. Okay, so a is 2 plus square root, is it plus? Yeah, plus square root 7 divided by 7, so 2.37796. Yeah, okay, so it's the same. So very, 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 very likely my answer is correct. Okay, so a lot of times they ask you to solve in algebra, then yeah, how to know whether you correct, substitute a number. Tallies means high chance correct. Okay, without further ado, this one, the inequality. Okay, so try to understand that this point, okay, is a minus a plus square root b over b. So you want the mod of this to be always bigger. So always bigger is here bigger, 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 then here also bigger, okay, here also bigger, then only until here it becomes smaller. So part 3, solve the inequality. Okay, so x is when on this side, that's why x is less than a plus square root b over b. Okay, so you consider each and every value that is less than a plus square root b over b. You realize that got one point, okay, that modulus is not bigger, okay, and that one point is when at a, okay. But over here you can't say it's bigger because yeah, you don't know that value. Because at A, you will never really know that value. You will know it just beside it and just in front of it and just before it. On it, there's no value. Okay, so like that. And also you realize that here is 2 marks, so it kind of give you a hint. That's why you must always be very sensitive to the little details. Okay, with that I finish question 6. Okay, so last week I've been doing Hwa paper then couldn't do it because of a few factors. A lot of it is because I'm trying to pressure myself a lot to like you can tell the way I explain things is very different between now and then because I'm trying to rush the time and trying to explain to you guys at the same time. So last week I got 61 if I never remember wrongly. But then you guys can check the video. The bulk of the marks is lost by not enough time to do the last two questions, which consists of 26 marks. But last two questions after the review is very doable. I spent too much time on the particular questions. And then besides that, I lost 30 marks. Then out of these 30 marks is the 5 marks is a question that I couldn't do. Okay, so little careless mistake add up to 8 marks. So you guys might be very sensitive to that. I mean, like if the goal is to score 80 plus or 90 plus, you need to be that rigorous. You need to check until this extent. Okay, so oh my god, wait, is this paper 1 or paper 2? Oh my god, this is paper 1. Okay, so it was unintentional. Yeah, so so be it. Yeah, next time if you got a chance, then yeah, you can do paper 2. Okay, so y1 equals 0, u3. Okay, so just this is pretty straightforward. You let me just to show u3 equals to a to the power 4 minus 4 to the power of a. Is it we trying to solve it? Maybe. So u0 equals to a to the power 1 minus 1 to the power of a, so equals to a minus 1, so 0. So a equals to 1, so u3 equals to a to 1 to the power of 4, which is 1, minus 4 to the power of 1, which is 4, so equals to minus 3. Check through one more time. Yeah, good. Part 2. U R. Okay. So this is what they want us. Usually I will write like that. Whatever they want us to find, I will straight go straight into that. Unless you need some things that you need to make use of something that is very hard to devise. Okay? But that is a lot of times it is just an organization issue from you guys than a requirement for you to do that. Okay. Try to understand that. Very important. A lot of things that I say try to understand is what you guys would not usually focus on, but it's gonna do a lot of benefits. Why don't you guys change on working on these things and see the impacts in it? Okay, so do note that just now here is N, then now here is R. So we need to change all these to R. So we already know that this A, right, is equals to 1. So this whole thing will be equals to 1. So this whole thing will be equals to 1, and then this A is equals to 1. So here will be just like that. Okay. Now after that, 1 minus 1, so it's just minus R. Okay, So try to run through this in your head, right? This is just 1 plus 2 all the way to plus n. Okay, so as such, is a constant increment of common difference 1. 1 plus 2 plus 3. Okay, so it's just AP here. Okay, so AP is total number of term divided by 2, and then first term plus last term 1. Okay, if this one very hard to check. Yeah, I will this one. Then I will mark it on one section. Do a mark. Then after everything, then I will come back to check. Most likely, I will try to find U1, U2. Then I add U0, U1, U2. Then after that, I substitute these two as 3 and see whether it's the same as the sum. Okay, so if the same, most likely you are correct. Okay, so here 9 equals to 1, VR plus 1 minus VR equals to like that. Okay, so this one is this thing just replaced by 10. So it's minus 5 over 11. Okay, then over here you need to understand that there is a minus and then there is a plus 1, R plus 1 and R. So it's a common difference. Method of difference. Okay, so V2 minus V1, V3 minus V2, etc. The last one is V10 minus V9. And then you cancel. Then minus 55. So it's V10 minus V1. Okay, so now the question is, what is V1? V1 is equal to U1. What? So you still need to go and find U1. Okay, never mind. But then if you still need to go and find U1, then you have U1, U0, then you might just as well find U2 and use this and check whether your answer is correct later. Okay, so now calculate the U1 first. So U1 is 1 to the power of 2 minus 2 to the power of 1. Yeah. So equals to minus 55. So here is D10 equals to, here is minus. Yeah, I just want to check whether I do it correctly. So minus 1. So minus 1. So plus 1. So become minus 56. Yeah. Okay, should be correct. Yeah. This one I just check through my working out. Okay, if correct, then should be correct. Okay, so what I start to notice, right, is that U0, right, okay, is equals to, what they say is 0. Okay, no, U1. Wait, is there a U0 here? Oh, there's no U0. Okay, so U1, oh, wait, U1 equals 0. Then my V1 here doesn't make sense. U1 equals 0. This thing only applies for n is more than equals to 1. So, wait, 1 to the power of 2 minus. Oh my god, this one I put 0, it's supposed to be 1. Okay, yeah, it happens. So it will happen in exam also. Sometimes like you guys, the rigorous of this checking, right? Okay, is what is gonna prevent you from all these kinds of mistakes and eventually change your marks to another grade. Okay, so just keeping it real so that you guys can benefit from it. Okay, so here one is 1, so this one is 2. This one is 1, so this one is 2. Then here's A. Okay, so just by looking at this, like that square is the same as 2A. So A is equals to 2. Yeah, you want to use the algorithm also can. Okay, so you long both sides. Cannot. Yeah, so just based on this one is a constant, so this one will be equal to 2. This one, yeah, so this one equals to 2. Okay. Yeah, so A is equals to 2. What have we been using A as? I think 1. So U3 will be 2 to the power of 4 minus 4 to the power of 2. So equals to 0. This whole thing is wrong. Yeah, because our A is wrong, so this whole thing wrong. So UR is 2 to the power of R plus 1 minus R plus 1 to the power of 2. Wow. Wow, that changed things a lot. That's why I think just now we never use this. Okay, so let's do this. Gonna take a while. But it is what it is. Okay, so here you can do R plus 1. Then after that, I write like that. Because I don't want to have too many negative. Okay, so R squared plus 2R plus 1. Okay, so over here like that, first term is 2 to the power 2, and after that 2 to the power of 3, etc. Okay, so you realize that A is a 2 to the power 2, 2 to the power 3, 2 to the power 4, so it's a GP with common ratio of 2. Okay, so the first term will be 2 to the power 2, bracket 1, no, this one the common ratio is 2, so 2 to the power of n minus 1 over 2 minus 1. Okay, Rn minus 1, then R minus 1, then after that, first term. And after that, this one, minus away this thing. Okay, after that, this one is a GP. Okay, so reflected, we bring this negative in. So it becomes minus number of terms, n over 2, first term, 2, last term, 2n. Now after that, uh, 1 plus 1 plus 1 plus 1 plus 1, so it just n. Okay, so they say don't simplify, then we just give like that. I think. Or simplify a bit. Because I see this thing and this thing. Yeah, it's related. So equals to, or at least we need to simplify here also. Okay, so 4 bracket 2n minus 1, then minus n over 6, bracket n plus 1, bracket 2n plus 1. After that, this thing, cancel, minus n plus n, so it's 0. After that, minus n squared. Yeah, done. And that's just part 2. This one D1 is U1. Okay, so this one more direct. Okay, so U1 is 0, so it's just minus 55. Okay, so V10 equals to minus 55. This 11. Well, no. This one is you need to sub 10 inside, then you figure out what is this. So this side wrong. Okay, so I substitute 10. Wow. I got 3607. Normally, I don't like numbers like this because it don't look nice. Okay, so I'm gonna calculate again. Also, I need to consider like if I want to check everything, like is it worth sacrificing the time? Am I not done? Oh, I never minus 10 square. Yeah, okay. Yeah. Okay, so I will leave it as this. Maybe mark make an asterisk here, and later come back and check. Okay, 2 marks. Yeah, you don't want to forgo the question behind to just get this 2 marks. Okay, I think we are on a good speed now. Okay, I started I think at around slightly after 7, about 7:07. Okay, so we are just 1 hour 50 minutes, and we got 1 hour 10 minutes more, which is not very good because 1 hour you need to do 4 questions, so we got 10 minutes to finish this number 8. Yeah, but I also have to consider I'm speaking, explaining. Okay, this one I'm not gonna waste too much time. I just gonna use my GC and see. Oh my god. Okay, so when I plot, okay, I got this. Okay, then I try to figure out, okay, whether is it my range I used to be, because over here they just say t is between negative pi over 2 to 0. So then I try to use any value in between, then it keep on saying error lah. Then I realized that my window is wrong. So you need to change the window to minus pi over 2 to 0. Then after that you plot. Okay, then you start to show this. So when, let's see, when it's 0, okay, so when it's 0, x is equals to 3, and then your y is equals to 1. Okay, so x equals 3, y equals 1. Then after that, I got like a straight line down. Okay, so I suspect that is related to pi over 2. Maybe that's an asymptote. Okay, so let's just try to calculate when it's negative pi over 2. Okay, then my y is cannot count. Okay, so maybe, yeah, so it's somehow related to this. Okay, so 1 over cosine t. So when pi over 2, then this one is cosine pi over 2 is 0. So y doesn't exist. Okay, so maybe I try something a bit bigger, because I want to figure out whether is it really like this, or then the asymptote is here, or is it like this, then the asymptote is here. Okay, so try something that is slightly bigger than pi over 2. So I just plus 0.001. Okay, I get 1000. Okay, so it kind of shows me that the graph should go like this. Yeah. Okay, so I just want to leave it like this. 0, then after that, always write 3 things. Label your axis, label your origin, and label your graph. Okay, so far I'm pretty confident with most of my, in fact, all of my solution. Okay, but I never know. Part 2. So that dy dx, dy dx. Okay, so dy over dx, okay, will be equals to dy over dt. Okay, divided by dx over dt. So dy over dt, differentiate secant is secant tangent. Differentiate cosecant is negative cosecant square. Yeah. Okay, so we don't want this. We want to change everything to just sine, cosine, tangent. So this thing is 1 divided by sine, so it's become sine square. Then after that, this one is cosine. 1 over cosine. Okay, then after that, tangent is sine over cosine, so it becomes sine cube over cosine square. Done. Shown. Explain why C is increasing. Why C is increasing. Okay, so your dy dx is equals to sine square over cosine square. So minus sine t. So this component will always be positive because it's a square. And so now it's a question of whether this thing is a positive or negative. a lot of times you guys will think got negative means negative. No, got positive doesn't mean like you, if like that you guys will say positive. No, it depends on the range of values of x. Okay, likewise, right? It depends on the range of value of t. That then after that, eventually what you make this to. Okay, so if you want to incorporate your graph, the sign looks like this, right? So negative sign look like this. Okay, and then it's from negative pi over 2 to 0. So since your t is between this value, okay, then your negative sign t, right, will be a positive. Okay, that's why your dy dx, right, will be positive. Therefore, c is increasing. Okay, done. Part 3. Let me move this thing. I try my best to move. I can't move. Oh. Wait. Normal. Okay, so normal, you need the gradient. So when t equals to minus pi over t, so let me see what is sign. I think it's square root 2 over 2. Okay, so cosine pi over 4 and sine pi over 4 is just the same thing. Okay, because their complementary triangle is the same. Next time we revise about other trigger related, then you will understand one. So over here, dy over dx equals to equals to. Okay, so here we got three number of square root 2 over 2. Here we have 2, the power. Okay, so I'm saying their value is the same. That's why power 3 divided by power 2 left with power 1. Okay, so just square root 2 over 2. Then because there isn't wait, I'm doing t is negative. I forgot the negative one. So let me check whether the answer is still the same. Oh, then it changed everything. It changes everything. Okay, because one of them is negative, then the other one is not. So this one got negative, whereas this one don't have negative. Square. Now after that, here is the negative sign. So as a result, it will become square root 2 over 2. Okay. Wow, this is tedious. So when t equals to this thing, your x will be equals to 1 divided by tangent which is 1. Then your y equals to, you all go and write the thing, secant bracket negative pi over 4. Okay. Square root 2. Yeah, so your equation of the normal will be y minus square root 2 equals to negative 2 over square root 2 because normal. Okay, then x minus 1. Well, my Zoom thing is blocking me. So 2 over square root 2 is just square root 2. So y equals to minus square root 2 bracket x minus 1 plus square root 2. Just by doing the okay, so maybe I got wrong because I was hoping that they cancel off each other. Okay, looks okay. Okay, so y equals to negative square root 2x. After that, plus square root 2. So plus 2 times of square root 2. Okay, so over here, how you gonna check whether this answer is correct or not? Okay, because just now the graph we plot is in terms of parametric. Okay, so it's very difficult for you to, because then now this thing is in Cartesian. Okay, that's why it's very can be difficult for you to change this thing to Cartesian. Okay, so I'm gonna make this into parametric. So but cannot, the t is gonna vary. Yeah, it's not gonna work. Okay, so just like that. Yeah, I think it's very difficult to check unless you change this back to the Cartesian form. So this one I'm gonna leave it first. Okay, last part 4, the point on C. Okay, so this one is normal, then this one is C, so it's on it. Given that I is the midpoint, the Cartesian. Okay, this one a lot of students won't understand in real life or pictorial, as in graphically, what does it represent. Okay, so this one is your graph. Okay, so you see this one and this one is the same, very similar, right? And then this one and this one is very similar. Just that t here represent that it can vary, whereas p is some point, some particular point. Okay, so r is on midpoint of p and minus 2, 0. Where is minus 2, 0? Okay, I'm gonna redraw the graph here so that it's easier to present. Okay, so your minus 2, 0 is somewhere here. Okay, so it says that like P can be here, can be here, can be here. So then after that, this one, then midpoint, okay, is going to form all this midpoint, right? Okay, it's going to form a some curve. Okay, so with here, do we know what is this point or not? Okay, this point is just cosine p plus 2, comma secant p. Okay, so the midpoint, right, would just be this plus this divided by 2, this plus this divided by 2. So it would be cosine, so midpoint, so R is P, this one plus 2 plus minus 2, okay? So it's 0 divided by 2, then this one plus 0, because this coordinate here is minus 2, 0. So here just secant P divided by 2. Okay, so this will be the midpoint. Okay, try to understand this. Try to understand this. Okay, so really, as p changes value, right? Okay, then you will have a point here, and a point here, and a point here, and a point here, and a point here. That means to say, right, the curve, the equation of the curve, right, is really out where your x is equals to this thing, and your y is equals to this thing. And because they ask for Cartesian equation, can you see that yeah, your mind need to be so clear to capture all these concepts. Okay, some students they will just is part of it is because like you guys never go through the process of piecing everything together. Okay, trust me, keep on piecing everything together, then you're gonna turn out well. Okay, so when I see secant and cotangent, can I make use of any information from in front? I can't. Okay, so 2x equals to 1 over tangent p. Okay, then 2y equals to 1 over cosine p. So how to relate tangent and cosine together there? Yeah. So tangent p will be equals to 1 over 2x. Then cosine p will be equals to 1 over 2y. So if p is, say, this particular angle, so adjacent over hypotenuse, adjacent over, yeah, wait, adjacent over hypotenuse, opposite over, yeah. Okay, so you see here is 1, whereas here is 2x, right? Okay, so we need to try to make them the same. Yeah, let me just think whether I do correct. Opposite over adjacent. Adjacent over hypotenuse. Yeah. So this thing we can also express it as 2x over 4xy. Okay, because it's just ratio. Okay, so they are still the same. Okay, so if I change this one to 2x, okay, this one is gonna be 4xy. Okay, so we can relate them together, which is 1 square plus 2x square equals to 4xy square, which is equals to 1 plus 4x square equals to 16x square y square. Okay, so this one how to check. Also very difficult to check. Okay, the best bet is make sure each step is correct. Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna leave my answer like this. Okay, done. So Cartesian equation doesn't mean you need to say y equals to what. As long as it's an equation that have y and x, if it's vectors in one equation, one line there's y, x, z, and that's Cartesian. So this is Cartesian, don't need to express y in terms of x. So done. Yeah, we are very behind time now, so I'm not gonna try to answer for this. I say I said that I'm gonna try to do slowly, but then yeah. Next question. Yeah, let me adjust some settings. Okay, number 9. Hopefully the rest of the question is not so intense. It's easy to solve. Hopefully. Okay, w square in the form w square z complement. Okay, so when I see this thing out, for 1 dot square root 3, I know that it's a special angle. And then I see this one times this one, right? W square z star. Can you understand that? That's why your understanding of just expression need to be very good. You need to see that it's a times. So if it's something involving multiplication, right, we should always try to make use of exponential. Because exponential form is very conducive for multiplication. Go and see the complex number video. Okay, so anyway, we are trying to put this into trivial form. Okay, so here like that, like that, like that, like that. There's 1, is minus square root 3, and then this is the position, so we need this angle. Tangent inverse opposite over adjacent seems like pi divided by 3. So here is pi over 3, so w equals to, and then this one is 1 square plus square root 3 square, so 1 plus 3, so it's 4, then square root, so it's 2. Okay, so I is 2 ei bracket minus pi over 3. And then z star is just square root 2. Wow. Okay, be very careful. Over here is a minus. So it is not your traditional that traditional form. That this is not the trigo form. Okay, you need to change to trigo form. So how to change to trigo form? This thing need to be a plus. So how to make this into a plus? Okay, so like that. Because sine A equals to negative sine A. No, negative, yeah. Okay, so this one you bring out equal this. Why? It's not because of algebra. Go and plot the graph of sine curve, then you will understand why. Okay, so if you realize that this thing, the angle is not the same, so it's still not the trigo form, so you still need to change one more time to this thing. Okay, so why now I don't need to introduce a negative in front, right, for the cosine? Okay, it is because cosine negative A is equals to cosine A. Okay, why? Go and plot the graph of cosine, then you will understand. Okay, so basically z is square root square root z is square root 2 e to the power of negative ei to the power of negative . Okay, so but over here, because it's a conjugate, that's why this thing will become a positive. Okay, done. Not done. So w square then z conjugate, right? It just equals to times together. Can you see now when it's a multiplication, is the best bet is to make it into exponential form. 3 divided by 4 plus 1 over 3, math 1. I did something wrong. So it's 5 over 12. 5. Done. Alright. So change it back to trigo form like that. Okay, this thing can check out. But I'm not gonna use this trivial form to check. I'm just gonna use my exponential form. Why? Because most likely this step to this step will not be wrong. Okay, so I'm gonna put this in my calculator. Wow, then put this as exponential form. I just gonna put this. I just gonna put this. Okay, because I don't. That if I prove like that, the it's not rigorous enough. Okay, I put everything inside here and I see whether it tallies with this answer. That's why you guys need to be very proficient. You need to know where's your I. Then you need to know how to execute a conjugate, which I don't know. Okay, later I will go and find out. As in what I do here. This thing. I'm not sure. Yeah, that's fine. Oh yeah. So conjugate is just this thing become a plus. Okay, that's why it makes sense that this one is like that. So yeah. So I just gonna write the exponential formula. It's not looking great. I didn't square this up. So this one is 1 over 12. Okay, so from that, can you see that like I just help myself to maybe get 2 more marks or 3 more marks here? 2 more marks, okay, or 1 more marks. Okay, so done. So that part 2, so that there's no integer value of n for real part is 0. Okay, so you see this one power, right? Power, the best is to use exponential as well. So Wn equals to 2 to the power n e I bracket minus pi over 3. Can you see it very easily become another form of complex number? Whereas this one, you power n, you will never get a form of real plus imaginary. Okay. So this one show that no integer value. The real part. So what is the real part? Real part is cosine this thing. Then after that, 2 to the power n. So I write real part of Wn equal, so equals to 2 to the power n. Okay, so n is an integer. Okay, so this one you will get 1, 2, 3, etc. So we kind of know that pi over 3, 2 pi over 3, 3 over 3 will not make it into 0. We kind of know, but do we really know how to make this into 0? It need to be pi over 2, 3 pi over 2. I'm thinking how to solve. Let's try to identify all these points. Pi over 3 is here. Pi over 3 is 60. Two pi over 3 is 120. So 60, 90, 120, they are equal distance. Then after that, 3 over 3 is pi. So let's say pi is 100. Pi is 180. Then I'm lost. 4 over 3. Okay, I gonna present like this. You watch. Okay, so for cosine, maybe some value. Okay, for cosine anything, I use x here to be 0. Okay, x need to be equals to, that's not what we say, pi over 2, 3 pi over 2. Oh, I understand. We can interpret like this. Pi over 3 is 60 degree. So 60 degree. After that, plus 60 degree, plus 60 degree, plus 60 degree, plus 60 degree. It will never end up at this point and at this point. So it will never end up at pi or 3 pi over 2. Okay, so after you draw this already, right? Okay, you understand that it will always be like that, like that, like that, like that, like that, like that. You cannot add 60. Okay, so you can say that so this, right? Are equals to just 60 degree or just 0. Okay, so so if you cosine this thing and cosine this thing, right? Okay, it's gonna give you 1 or gonna give you half. Okay, so as a result, right? Okay, the non-basic of them okay, will just be a plus minus. Okay, so this can only take a value of plus half minus half plus 1 minus 1. Okay, so since cosine bracket minus pi over 3 n is equals to plus minus half comma plus minus 1 and 2n, right, is definitely equals to 0 because the graph look like this. Okay, therefore real of bracket w star, so that there is no integer there is no integer value of n such that view of bracket w n equals to 0. Part B, so B and A not related. Okay, so most likely you will need to use the information for part A. Wow, this one tedious. My God. Okay, B part 1. Okay, so first thing, right, all the coefficient is real. Okay, so that's why the other root will be the conjugate of it. Okay, so the other root will be minus 1 minus I. Okay, as a result, let's try to find out what is this. So it's z squared, then after that plus, try to think of this as w, then w does times w conjugate. Okay, w does, okay, it's just gonna be r squared, then after that, because one is theta, then one is minus theta. Okay, so to the power 0, so it's just r squared. Okay, so how to find this one square plus 1 square? So it's square root 2, then after that square. Okay, so they got that. Then after that, is the more tedious one. Yeah, many things. So it become a w minus gw, then minus z conjugate. Okay, so it's just, am I right? So it's just minus z bracket w minus w conjugate. Okay, so minus z minus z times this thing minus z times this thing, then minus z times this thing. Okay, I'm a bit confused already. Yeah, we good. Okay, so equals to g square plus 2 minus 2 bracket minus 1 minus 1 minus 2, then after that minus I plus I, so bracket minus 2, so equals to g square plus 4. So we can say that, oh yeah, 3g cube plus 13g square plus 20g plus 14 equals to g square plus 4. Then the last one will be 3g. Oh my god, this one times. I'm a bit not confident again because it don't look nice. I mean, this thing don't look nice. Oh yeah, here's what? Plus 6. Looks very weird to me. This shouldn't be plus 14 over 6. Okay, then here plus 14 over 6. Wait, so no more, let's check. Check this one whether correct or not, and check this one whether correct or not. So here it become 14 over 6 g square. Any other g square? No more d. That'll be right. After that, g is just d. Something very wrong. And I don't know where is it, and I'm stressed. I got a strong feeling it's over here. Okay, I don't know what's wrong. This one I gonna get it wrong. Well, hence find the roots. I got. Okay, we can do some damage control. W cubed plus 13w squared. W cubed plus 13w squared plus 16w 126 equal to 0. Okay, so we roughly, eventually we need to end up with like something like this. Okay, so how to end up with something like this? Let me think. Okay, so these are related by 3, and then these are related by 3. Okay, so I will give it a go to times 3 divided by 3. Sorry, 20. This one difficult. 126 related to 14? Yes, related by 9. So over here is times 9. Okay, I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna divide everything by 9 and see how it goes. Later I will explain why divide by 9. Okay, so 14, and after that plus 60 divided by 9 is 20 over 3. Then after that, this one divided by 9 is like that. And then this one divided by 9 is... Okay, so why divide by 9, right? A lot of times this kind of question, right, is replace this z with something. Okay, replace this z with something, replace this z with something. So then that's why we cannot change anything here. That's why we try to make this equal. So just now you have the solution for this, assuming we do it correctly. That's why we still can do some damage control. Okay, so over here you need to think of replace this z equals to what? Over here, then you will have your answer is z equals to minus 1 plus I and minus 1 minus I, and got one more, I don't know. Okay, so you need to replace your z with what over w. So inside here need to be something w. Let's try here. Okay, replace c with w over 3. So we put inside here, then we will get this. We put this inside here will be w cubed over 27, then times 3 will be w cubed over 9. Okay, so that's right. So w over 3, right, will be equal to minus 1 plus I, comma minus 1 minus I. And we don't know. Okay, so equals to w minus 3 plus 3I. Anyway, it's okay lah. Later we come back and we can do on exam time. We come back and check and but not during this session. Okay. I will do a review, then explain later. Okay, let's do this. Question 10. So resistance compensator switch on is supplied. Power is supplied, charge build out. So there's a compensator, power switch on, power, charge bill out. 30 seconds, the switch on, so there's a switch. Q, then the inputs on. Okay, so maximum value straight away you need to DQ something. Okay, DQ this something. Okay, so we're gonna make use of this thing because this thing is like that already. Okay, so dq over dt plus q over c equals to b. Then after that, but we don't want this q. Yeah, let me see what is constant and what is not. This one not constant. Q will change. This one might be constant, but cannot be. Oh, I and C is constant. This one constant, this one constant. Voltage, never say, so it's variable. Okay, so this one means dq over dt is equals to v minus q over c, then after that divide by r. Okay, so for this thing, the dq dt equals to 0 for maximum value. So v over r minus q over rc equals to 0. Let me put in terms of r. Yeah, because r is constant. So q equals to v over r times rc equals to vc. Done. Don't need to prove this maximum. Okay, but to show that under certain condition, we should be stated di dt equals 0. Okay, so just looking at this, I here q, then this one is this one. So what we did is we differentiate everything. Okay, because dq dt then will be equals to I. Okay, so differentiate everything with respect to t. Okay, so differentiate this one is equals to, because r is a constant, okay, that's why di over dt. Now after that, c is also a constant, that's why plus dq over dt times the constant, then equals to d over dv, and dv over dt. So this one, try to match it to what the question says. Okay, so they say under certain condition. Okay, so write the condition now. So if dv over dt equals 0, so rate of change, you can say rate of change, or you can say voltage is constant. Then di over dt plus I over c equals to 0. Done. Okay, moving on. In a particular circuit, I didn't find out. T equals 0. Okay, so just solve. Okay, solve this thing. Okay, so note that your R and C is constant. So the only variable here is what? The only variable here is the I and T. Okay. So di over dt equals to minus I over C. Then here is R. So di over dt equals to 1 over I. Then after that, minus 1 over RC. Okay, so what's happening here is that in differential equation, right? Okay, if you the variable on top of the di, if it's di dt, okay, the I need to be parked on the same side. Go through a differential lecture, then you'll know. I know that a lot of things I keep on saying going through that, but then I'm gonna spend a lot of time repeating myself, so I'm not gonna do that. Okay. So anyway, here like that, then you can integrate. Okay, so you integrate both sides with respect to t, right? Then it will become like this. So RC is a constant, so with respect to t, then it become like that. Then I'm gonna write some constant, which I don't want to write C again, so I will plus A. Okay, so here will become ln I. Because I represent ampere, ampere is already positive, so I don't need to put a mod. Then after that, minus 1 over RT, RC times T, then plus A. So long. Okay, fine. So when T equals to 0, then your I is equals to ln V over, your I is equals to V over R. And after that, your T is 0, so A is this thing. So like that equals to minus T over R C plus ln V over R. So you need to find I in terms of da 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 da. So I will become e to the power of minus T over R C, and then plus e to the power of this, so it's V over R. Done. I in terms of R, C, V, T. Okay. So sketch a graph of I against T. Okay, this one quite easy. Okay, your exponential graph, right? E to the power of x is this. So when there's a minus, is this. So when there's a ratio, it's just stretching. Okay. Then after that, then you shift out by initially this one like that. Okay. So when this one is 0, Okay, this one is going to be 1. Yeah, e to the power 0 is 1. Okay, but then after that you plus this one, so here will be 1 plus v over r. Done. Yeah, because they ask you to sketch, so you need to label all these things. Okay. What happens if this one in the long run? Okay. So just now we one more thing I forgot to write. Okay, we shift out, right? So the asymptote now become here. So here become v over r. Okay, so lucky they asked this question. So the current will tends towards v over r. Okay, done. Moving on. Question 11. Okay, lucky only got one paper, so I use out the 3 hours already. Yeah, but then yeah, the aim is no longer to finish everything in 3 hours because I need to explain to you. Yeah. Okay, so let's do this. It sounds like a APGP question now, so it should be quite easy to do, I think. Well, but it's very lengthy, so it's very difficult for me to screenshot. Okay, let's do part 1. Part A. Loan, so undergrad program, interest free during a course. So there is like cost of study, then upon graduation, monthly, then first month, then second month. Fixed interest. So it suggests that it's APR. Then minimum repayment. Okay, means every month is minus 100, minus 100. Okay. So also every month, so you need to pay 100, pay 100. Okay, then the interest. This one is you pay. Then this one is the interest. So interest is 50K times 0.3 divided by 100. So the fixed interest is 150 every month. Okay, so Ali decided to take a loan, and after that, at the start of so this is the start of his undergrad. During the course of his study, so this one he take at 1st Jan 2021. He pays 200. So it's a 3-year course. He will end at 31st December 2023. So between now, he pay $210 more So you pay 210, 200, then after that 210, then after that 220, etc. Okay, so just owe the bank. Okay, so it's 550K minus away the APR. Okay, because the difference is 10. Okay, so how many? So 2 times of the first term. Okay, then after that plus n minus 1 times d. So n we don't know yet, so minus 1, then times d. D is 10. Okay, what is n? Again, imagine the end of January, okay, is your first month, first payment. Okay, so end of February, da 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 da. So end of December, right, will be your 12th month. Okay, then after that start Jan, etc. Then after that end December 24, then 2023 December, then become 36. So number of, your end is 36, total number of months, total number of repayments. So equals to sorry, n over 2, 2a plus n minus 1 d. Okay, so you still owe the bank this amount. So A done. I use up a lot of space. Immediately found a job. So he will start paying on 2024, last day. So you need to show that he owe the bank on the last day of the third month. Okay. So we are trying to show end of March 2024. Okay, so now it seems like you just like that, like that, like that. Then after that, minus away the what's that called? Minus away whatever you pay. Okay, but then this thing and this thing doesn't make sense. Okay, then just now I say the interest rate is 150, right? Maybe I'm wrong. Um, because it says upon graduation. Okay, so upon graduation, right, the amount he owe, right, is no longer 50K, it's this amount. Okay, so he pay a fixed interest rate. No, so the interest rate is fixed. So it's 36500 times 0.3 divided by 100. Then so we go through 3 months. Okay, so let's see whether this gets us the result. And we get 3, 4, 1, 2, 8.5. Somewhere is wrong. Be right back. Oh. Okay, so but it's a 2 marks question. It's either the interest rate go down, so means my brain is fried. Okay, I understand my mistake. Okay, so over here they say minimum monthly repayment, but then they never say it's upon graduation. Yeah, so means right from the start you need to pay $100. Yeah, but then you pay 200. I don't know what's wrong. But right after, wow, this guy, so he found a job immediately upon graduation on the month right after he graduate. Month after graduate. Yeah, so it's still January on the last day of the third month. Is this supposed to be 9? I'm lost. Yeah, so this one go down. I have to go down. How to this one go down? And then which one? Okay. Okay, I don't know why this is wrong. I'm not gonna do well for this paper already. I already know. Okay, use the formula for geometric. Find the expression for the wow. I have a feeling I understand something wrongly, so I couldn't progress to the other questions. Give me a while. Okay, I'm gonna try this for about 10 minutes. If I cannot, then yeah, I will need to go back and think, and I will end this one. Then yeah, the rest of the marks I don't get. Okay. I have a feeling this is 34129. So I'm gonna break the rules and check the answer. Okay. Wow, what's this? Okay, and then so the fixed interest rate. Okay, so I got confused with compound, simple, and fixed. Okay, so I thought it's a simple interest rate, so it's not. So they are still compounding this. I thought it wasn't gonna be so difficult because it's just a 2 marks question, right? So let me check. Yeah, so part one, A and part two is just 2 marks question, so I didn't thought it's like that. So anyway, since we are here, I'm gonna explain this thing and I'm not gonna count this in my marks. Okay, so let's try to think of. Then they also never say this one is charged during end of the month or what. Yeah. Okay, so upon graduation, he's still owe 3500, 36500. Okay, so you need to times 99.7 over 100 to know the principal. Yeah. It's gonna be so confusing. End of first month. Oh. Then up. So end of. Wow. Okay, so on the third year last month, he owned not only this but also got this thing. Okay, then after that, the end of first month, he paid 900. Okay, but then it's still subjected to 99.7 over 100. Okay, so this one I'm gonna rewrite as I keep on signing. Signing and signing and signing and signing. Because it's too confusing. Okay, so just now 36500. This thing is wrong, I think. Okay, then after that times total amount that he owe will be like this. Okay, so this was the amount in end of first month. So he paid 900. So the total that he then after that they charge another interest. Okay, so the interest plus the amount that he already owe. So this is start of the year. This is December 2023. And then this one is 2024 and Jan 2024. Okay, then so this is equivalent to 36500 times this thing square minus 900 times 1.003. Okay, after that, this thing will go through another minus 900. Yeah, let me this whole thing. Okay, then you pay 900. Okay, now after pay already, then the bank or should be bank will tax him will start charging him 0.003%. So the total amount he owes is this. Okay, so this is just second month. Okay, so you see the first month, right, is this one to the power 1, this one to the power, this one to the power 2, this one power 1. Then after that, the second month, right, is this thing to the power of 3. Then after that, this thing now to the power of 2, followed by to the power of 1. So by the third month, right, okay, it makes sense that this thing will be to the power of 4, and then this thing will be to the power of 3, so on, so on. 3, 2, and then 1. Okay, so with that, I'm just gonna calculate. I'm not gonna put it into APGP. Just calculate. Get the job done, get the answer. Yeah. I got wrong again. Okay, so yeah, I don't know what's wrong. I think maybe the first one they never count this. Okay, so if they never count this, then I think this one don't have. So this one don't have. Pardon for the messiness. So this one don't have. So this one to about 2. So this one to about 3. I don't know what go wrong. Okay, so I will do a review, then cover the rest of the question. Okay, so I feel a bit. Now, technically, I can still continue to do the amount of interest. So, yeah, I'm not gonna do that. Okay, because I know something's wrong here, then gonna take a long time. Okay, so that's it for today. Other than this part, before this, still pretty happy with most of the question. I think, but got one question I skipped, right? Yeah. Okay. So I'm gonna review it. Then so keep up for keep a lookout for the next one. Okay. So if this video benefit you guys and at least you guys learn something, then I'm happy with it. So please help me to share with you your friends because it's very important for me to. There's two objectives I do this. Okay, one objective is I try to grow my business, so I'm just trying to survive and make more money. Okay, yeah. Second reason is because I feel the importance of this form of education. Okay, so if you can resonate with how it benefited from you, please help me share with your friends. Okay, with that, I will end this section, and I don't know. Yeah, hopefully on YouTube it will